Yo, what's up? This your homeboy Ice Cube doing it big. Hip hop since 1987. Very good year. Yeah. What's up?
Shout my hip hop since 1987, niggas. Hip hop since 1987.com.
You know, when I think about Philly and I think about MCs, I may be a little biased, but I do feel like some of the greatest MCs definitely come from the city. Like Beanie Siegel, like Black Card, to name a couple.
Hey Drummer, how you feel about your partner Cannon and his new position at Def Jam?
Well, you know, it's something that we've known was coming for some time as he was working on the paperwork, and that you know, when I woke up to it Monday to see that the announcement was made, I was highly excited. You know, for us, it's a long time coming, but it's also a new beginning. And you know, me and Don, like, we came up together. I've seen him from us being on CAU campus, you know, hustling mixtapes and making beats for, you know, kids in dormitories, to getting a position as Vice President of A&R at Def Jam. So we're excited. You know, it's a lot of work to be done. Big things coming, and you know, I'm proud of him, and I'm happy, and I'm right there for him through all the success.
Is that a direction you plan to follow?
Yeah, stay tuned.
Okay.
Stay tuned. But in the meantime, you know, you know, as a team, as we are a team, I'm here to support him in his moves and, you know, help counsel or whatever I need to do, you know, when we come together to make him, you know, as powerful and successful as he can be.
So he won't be hosting no more mixtapes?
Who can it? Yeah. Absolutely. It doesn't change anything for what we've done this far. He'll still be DJing parties and hosting mixtapes. I mean, that was one of the reasons why I think he was able to get in his position, because of the work he's put in. So it doesn't mean he's leaving his work behind.
E-Money Hip Hop since 1987.com. I feel like a lot of good music has dropped recently, but in each region, the music has changed sonically. You have DJ Mustard in the West, Kurt Cobain's kind of doing something different in Houston, and Drama, you kind of spinning all of it. How do you guys feel about the change of music in 2013 opposed to where it was when you started, and how good do you feel like it is right now with all the music?
I mean, you know, I have no issue. You know, I don't want to be the old talking about back in my day. You know, everything is proportionate, man. You know, what I felt when I was young is how a lot of people felt at that time, and I tried to make music that reflect that. There's a different struggle that cats are going through right now. You know, there's younger people that are literally inside the struggle right now, and they're a better reflection of that than some people that made me feel. I have to learn to appreciate it, just like people had to learn to appreciate me. And like I said, I'm not out here trying to point fingers at people that's doing something that might be different than me. Everybody does what they can do. I don't want to see somebody do what I did already. I done already done it. I want to see, you know, innovators. I want to see cats speaking from a different perspective. You know, that to me keeps the game going, keeps the game interesting. You know, I feel like I love all the changes, especially on the West, because, you know, we had a stigma put on us that we can only do one type of music, and you know, so whenever you have different kind of MCs coming out of the West, you know, or you know, as far as the Far Side, you know what I mean, will.i.am and what they doing with Black Eyed Peas, you know, you got Kendrick Lamar with a whole new flavor, and you know, so the sound is changing on the West, and I love it, because, you know, we got a lot of creative people out there, and it's good that, you know, the stigma of all y'all can do is gangster rap is kind of gone, and they can kind of shine and do their thing.
What's your take on almost like the fusion of sound? Because you got like a J. Cole who dropped the album who has no trap music, but he's from North Carolina. And a guy like French Montana who has somewhat of a trap sound. And guys kind of taking things from each region to evolve. What's your outlook on that as a DJ?
Man, I think that we're in a great space. You know, we gotta remember, like, when you think about somebody like French Montana or J. Cole, you know, when you think about growing up what his influences were, you know, his influences no longer necessarily coming just from the East Coast perspective on what hip hop was. You know, J. Cole grew up listening to Outkast and UGK. You know, A$AP Rocky will tell you all day how All Studs and Harmony and how UGK inspired him. You know, saying he's from Harlem. You know, so I mean, hop and we think about, you know, how in touch the world is now, and you know, just where we're coming from social media and the internet, and you know how we're gaining music. You know, it's an incredibly different thing from I know when I was a kid. When I was a kid, I used to have to listen to Power 99 on Friday nights from Radioactive to hear my favorite Ice Cube song. You know, and now we can go on YouTube and I can listen to all of them. You know, so for the kids coming up in hip hop, you know, the broadness of what they can study and what they can gain, and you know, of what's available for them to learn is impeccable, and it's a great thing. You know, it's a great thing to have a guy from North Carolina, one of the hottest MCs. It's a great thing to have a guy from Toronto, one of the hottest MCs. You know, DC is popping. You know, they're sprouting up from all over the place, so it's not even anymore, even if it was in the late 90s, East Coast, West Coast, and down South thing. Like, you know, your favorite artists are coming from wherever they want to come from.
You said that, or you've been quoted as saying that you thought Dwight Howard more or less stole money last year in LA. Andrew Bynum didn't play 1 minute of basketball here in Philadelphia last year, and he's signing a contract. What do you think?
Don't let you under the bus too.
Wait.
I never said Dwight stole money last year, you know what I mean? But, you know, it is what it is. You know, Lakers traded Bynum for a reason. Philly traded him for a reason. So, you know, we'll see what the Cavs do with him. I can't hate on Bynum. You know, he brought 2 rings to the Lakers, you know what I'm saying? So I can't hate on him. But I can understand what Philly is going through. You know, we just lost a center like Dwight, and we got to rebuild too. You know, Lakers lost Houston game, and they can have it. Much love. But we got to rebuild, put it together too. So, you know, I'm pretty sure nobody out here is crying for the Lakers, so I can't shed too much tears for the Sixers.
What do you think Houston's going to do?
What do you mean?
Like you
talking about as far as basketball is concerned?
As far as basketball.
I think within 3 years we got a chip coming, without question. We're still missing the power forward, and our bench could be a little stronger. We gave away a lot of the better people from the bench, but we're in a strong rebuilding phase, man, and the owner's committed, really committed to bringing the championship to Houston. I think Dwight Howard is one step closer.
Now you got a lot of
not the end all be all, but we're a lot closer than we were.
A lot of teams have 3 pieces. Y'all have 2. You got Chandler Parsons and you got Jeremy Lin. What do you think y'all can kind of do to get that 3rd piece?
The reality is that we're just going to have to really work on Jeremy Lin improving as a player, because we're not going to be able to get rid of him with that contract. So we're just going to have to get the best out of him that we can. But Chandler Parsons is going to really, his star's going to shine next year. I think people saw in the playoff that he can really get out there and put some numbers on the board, and he's a very fierce competitor. And he's a talented kid, you know what I'm saying? He's also coaching, which is a big difference in the whole thing, is that we got a lot of great players that are unashamed to be coached. And with a Hall of Famer like Kevin McHale coaching, man, it's a lot of things that they can learn. We're also bringing in a lot of great people to help supplement coach these dudes in the offseason. So I feel real good about the Rockets next year, man. Probably better than the Lakers feel.
Okay. I can take it. Jay-Z just dropped the album. He's, we could say, mature, up there in age. You guys also vets, mature. I think it's very important for you guys to at least keep doing your music, the music that you've already done. Rock and roll, they have no shelf life with their artists. How do you guys feel about rappers kind of thinking, I gotta stop when at a certain age, or I'm getting too old, where no other genre kind of has that mentality? And I think we kind of need to kick that mentality to the side.
Yeah, I think it's crazy, you know what I mean? I think any young man thinking about, talking about, acting like they want to retire, and if they not playing sports, then they crazy. You know, what the fuck we gonna do? Go fishing? You know what I'm saying? It's like, this is what we do, you know, and it is no shelf life for an MC if he's committed to his fans. And if you want to play this rap game, and you want to try to play the game, then it can be frustrating because it's an out with the old in with the new mentality. But if you committed to your fans and you happy with your spot, then you keep doing records and you keep giving the people who want to hear what they want to hear, and you be happy with what you get out of it. And you know, to be honest, this is all gravy for us because none of us thought we was gonna make a quarter doing this shit. You know what I mean? We thought, you know, we was gonna do it for fun, you know, be, you know, dope around the way, and you know, that's it. So we've all carved a career out of this, and it's all gravy. So whatever we get out the game, we should be happy with.
You know, you got to remember that hip hop is still one of the youngest art forms out there. It's still a very young genre of music. And so, you know, our fans are still of a certain age group. And they haven't given up on us yet. So I see no reason why we should be giving up on it. You know what I'm saying? We just get to the point where, okay, our fans are 50, 60 years old, you know, but you still see artists out there giving them that music, man. They want to come to the shows. They still want to listen to the music that they appreciated in their younger years. They haven't given up on life. They haven't given up on enjoying themselves and partying. And we should still be there to facilitate that, you know? It's not as easy as it was when we were younger, getting up on stage or whatever, but it's not as easy for them to be up late at night at a club trying to see a show either. You know, you don't want to count yourself out of the game, you know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, even when athletes retire, they're still commentators. They're still in that life, so even if we put down the mic, you know, for a minute, it doesn't mean we're walking away from hip-hop, you know?
It's a great thing. You know, we just did this King of the Mic tour with De La Soul, LL, myself, and Public Enemy. You know, packed house every night. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that, you know, it was good for companies like Live Nation and people who think, you know, hip hop is all for the kids. When they come and see a packed house, you know, we got some kids in all these, but auntie out there too, you know what I mean? Uncle out there too, jamming. So, you know, it's an audience for the music, especially if you put the right packages together. And, you know, it's no reason to stop, no reason to retire. Matter of fact, when I get about 75, 80, y'all can see me in Vegas and shit. I'll see on the teleprompter, spitting out gangster shit. So, you know what I mean? It's no reason to retire. It's crazy to talk.
Huge sneakerhead, top 3 sneakers all time. I know that's hard to narrow down.
He got on
them 88s on.
He got on one of them, but the Chuck Taylor All-Star, top one of all.
Of course.
Yeah. Nah, definitely the Chuck. Chuck is the #1 sneaker. Probably the #2 sneaker would be, you know, Air Force One, white on white. #3 sneaker would probably be Black Cement 3. I'll stick to the classic.
Trilla G, Refugee came from Light, 2 Trill Entertainment in the building with hip hop since 1987.com. Shout my hip hop since 1987 niggas. Hip hop since 1987.com.